Hello. I want to take a moment today to talk about the reasons why we are attending the marching band competition in Fleming Island this weekend, and also our goals for this weekend. The reason we're attending is because it can help us grow as musicians, performers, and people, but only if we approach it with a winning attitude. So as we get ready for our first marching band competition of the year, this coming Saturday, I feel very strongly that it is my responsibility to help you get in the right mindset. I want to share some thoughts with you, many of them from an audiobook by Brene Brown that I listened to this summer. I hope that you will listen carefully. Let's start by giving you a context of the world that we live in. We live in a culture of scarcity, defined by these words: never enough. The biggest one being not relevant enough or not extraordinary enough. We are afraid of living an ordinary life. We are hyper aware of what we lack. I'm sure that you will see bands with extraordinary resources of people and things do extraordinary things on Saturday. And we can congratulate them in their success without belittling anything that we achieve as a band. There are three elements in this scarcity-prone culture. People are prone to shame when they feel like they don't measure up to others. It is deeply seated in comparison, which is the thief of happiness, and it's fractured by disengagement. Many people quit or just don't show up at all. This is the world we live in, but we can be in the world and not of it. More importantly, we can be a light in this world by how we live and how we love others. Love and belonging are irreducible needs of men, women, and children. In the absence of love and belonging, there is always suffering. Here's the definition of love. We cultivate love when we allow our most vulnerable and powerful selves to be deeply seen, and when we honor the connection that grows from that offering with trust, respect, kindness, and affection. Here's the definition of belonging. Belonging is the innate human desire to be part of something larger than us. Because this yearning is so primal, we often try to acquire it by fitting in and seeking approval, which are not only hollow substitutes to belonging, but often barriers to it. True belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to others. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our self-acceptance. People who feel a deep sense of love and belonging believe they are worthy of love and belonging. And we should all believe that because God says who we are. And He loved us so much that He sent His Son to give His life in our place. I believe that our band family is closer than we have been in many years. I believe our members truly love and care for one another. On Saturday, our members will be vulnerable as we perform for our larger Northeast Florida band community. At the same time, we will have many shared experiences with these students from other schools. We are all groups of young musicians and performers who have worked many hours in the hot sun to perfect a show that combines elements of music, marching, drama, and dance, and ultimately lasts less than 10 minutes. Yes, the other bands are larger and many of them do not have middle school students marching, but in so many ways that matter, we are the same. So what is my goal for each member on Saturday? Show up and let yourself be seen. Don't shrink. Don't puff up. Just stand your sacred ground. In the midst of our struggle to perform our best, please remember that your worthiness is not on the line. There will be some students, not all, but enough to notice on Saturday, many in much larger bands than ours that score much higher than ours, who will be broken because they will let their performance determine their self-worth. They will be angry and upset because they will let comparison with another band be a thief of their joy. So what can you do? How can you be a peer counselor of sorts? How can you show the love of God to others you come in contact with by the way you treat them? When you see another band do something awesome in performance, look for an opportunity to tell individuals from that group how much you enjoyed it without any comparison to what we did. Just simply say something like, "That visual you did was amazing," or "The sound of the band of that first big hit was so strong," or "I love your flags and uniforms." And if you do find someone that is broken, either in our band or in another band, and we've all seen band or guard members cry at shows because they're upset over some mistake that they made, then come alongside them and show vulnerability and empathy. Do not try to point out all the good that they did. That does not help them get past it. You can't fix them by metaphorically painting a smiley face on the side of their life. But you can help them hold their life together for a few minutes while they fix it. And God helps them fix it from the inside out. Try to remember a time when you felt that way. Say, "I know how you feel. That stinks." And then just be with them for a little while. Help them work through processing their emotions. To help you approach Saturday in the right mindset, remember this quote: "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes up short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming. But who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms and great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat." That's from Theodore Roosevelt. The judges on Saturday will compare our band with other bands. But whether our tiny band comes in first in Class 1A or last place, and I've experienced them both, let's not let that comparison shame us, puff us up, or steal our joy. Let's dare greatly to love God and love others on Saturday. Let's show up and let ourselves be seen. Finally, let's point others to God through what we do. If you choose to do these things, it will be a very successful day.